One of the most common mistakes when creating walk cycle animation is sliding feet. And the secret to non-sliding walk cycle is pretty simple. You have to use linear keyframe interpolation whenever your foot is on the ground. In this video, I'll show you one of the fastest way to create the decent walk cycle without the sliding feet problem. Let's start with the hips. First position is when the body is down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second position when the body is up. 5 keyframes is just some random number. It depends on the pace of your walk cycle. Okay, the first loop for one leg is body up, body down. Body up, body down is the second leg. This is the length of our walk cycle loop. The secret to the fast non-sliding walk cycle is to work with both legs. Let's start with the feet. Select both of them. Put them far right. This is the contact pose. Heel is the first to meet the ground. Now, 10 keyframes later, move those feet all the way back. This is the speed of our walk cycle. Now, 10 seconds later, paste the first position. Here we got animation of our feet when they are on the ground, and the interpolation is linear. This is the most important part. Now, the heel should move back a little bit. Let's add the rotation for the second keyframes and set it to 0 for both legs, both feet. And here we set the keyframes and adjust the rotation when the heel is going up from the ground. Take a look at these dots. This is the speed of your feet. When the tiptoe is here, we need to be sure that this distance is equal to the speed of the feet. Lose contact with the ground, foot is in the air, and it's good to put the legs somewhere here and prepare the heel for the contact pose. Copy the rotation and again, and we might want to smooth the arcs here and here and here, and for the other leg as well. Pay attention to these arcs also. It doesn't matter just one frame. If you want to use time remapping later, this will serve you good, trust me. Now we have the equal speed for both legs. Let's tweak the hips a little bit. And for the hips, you can use the east keyframes. It just looks a little bit better. For the hips, it's okay. For feet, never. Just linear keyframes. Now, let's take one of the legs and paste the cycle one time. Delete the first half of loop and the last half of this loop here as well. Then just move it here. Here you got a very decent walk cycle for your legs, and they move with equal speed. You will never have the problem of sliding feet. Let's add the arms. This is the front leg. It should move a little bit here, and the back, sorry, not leg, but the arm. For the shoulder, left shoulder and right shoulder position, we copy and paste the position, and here the shoulder goes back, the shoulder goes forward, and let's ease this as well. And as soon as I use Limber 2 for the arms and for the leg as well, for the arms I prefer to use forward kinematics. Copy and paste, and here we'll just rotate it this way, and for the lower limb this way, and this way, and copy, and also ease the frames. Let's add a little swing to the body, rotation, copy and paste, and ease the keyframes. Okay. Now let's add loop out for all these keyframes. For rotation, position, rotation, position, upper, forward, kinematic rotation, lower, position, upper, lower, position, rotation, position. Yep. Let's check. Perfect. Now to the magic part. I have the main controller here. Set the position keyframes. Set the ruler exactly at the center of this controller. Add the position and move it to the point where this guideline is aligned perfectly with the center of controller. Right now you can see that this foot is always on the ground. And for this position we set expression loop out, but continue. Now select both keyframes, move the character all the way to the left, and enjoy the result. When you work in Spine or any other software where you can't use such expression, the process is just the same. First, you animate your legs both simultaneously. In Spine, you can easily offset one of the legs to the half of the face, and then you just move the main controller, and the same rule applies to any other animation software. You just have to keep the speed of main controller equal to the speed of your feet, and you just have to keep it linear. No easing between keyframes for the foot. You can ease any other parts of your character, but do never ease the keyframes for the foot. This is the simple rule that will solve for you the problem of sliding foot.